All right, cool beans. There we go. So, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another show. This is You Made Roscoe, and I am Roscoe. And today, I got a special guest with me. I got one of my partners in crime. I got my man C Mack Drift in the building. How you doing, my dude?
I'm well, man. How about yourself, Roscoe?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. Today, me and C Mac Drift, man, we gonna have a little conversation. We're gonna switch it up a little bit from the normally scheduled program, and we're gonna have a discussion just about the state of rappers. And there was one topic that's come up recently because we actually lost a rapper recently over the last, let's just say, week and some change, whatever it's been. But
Couple. Yeah.
his name was PNB Rock, and he wasn't somebody that I followed, but from what I've heard, he's definitely been somebody who's a very respected and known rapper out here, and he was actually killed and robbed while he was out with his girlfriend, and his jewelry was taken and all that. And before we had started recording, me and C Mac, we was actually going to start up the conversation about the fact that his jewelry had got taken, and we know that rappers, that kind of their uniform is the jewelry and the expensive clothes and that type of stuff. And I know that we're going to share a few of our viewpoints about that. But before we do that, I do want to ask for anybody who hasn't, excuse me, to please subscribe to the channel, and also make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you'll be reminded of future shows. And we're gonna go ahead and start up the conversation, man. I was just saying to C-Back that I really think that a part of the problem with the rappers today is the uniform. I mean, and I'm doing that in quotations because there is no uniform. But for rappers, people would consider, like I said, the expensive clothes, the jewelry, and all that part of what a rapper is supposed to look like. And I just want to get some of your thoughts on some of that stuff. Like, first of all, were you familiar with PNB Rock?
Yeah, yeah. I was familiar with his music. He has some very nice records out. You know what I'm saying? He was very talented. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. A friend of mine in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, had turned me on to him and shit. I had never heard of him, but 2017, I got wind of him. You know, my buddy Candace Barnes, she loved his music and shit, man, and he turned me on to him. I never had heard of him and shit. But then when I heard it, I was like, okay, he's a pretty tight artist, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's very talented, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So, what's your thoughts about like I said, about him getting taken for his jewelry and being killed in the process of that? Like, what's your thoughts on that? First of all.
Well, number one, it's like people say, okay, all these rappers got on this jury and this, that, and the other, whatever.
Mhm.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about all the kings of Africa and things back in the day with all the gold and everything. They didn't have to, you know, you worry about getting robbed and shit like that. Probably because everybody back then, it was things kind of plentiful. You
Right.
know, like, you know, as you know, we've been through a lot out here. You know, in these United States. You know, especially with like say like Black Wall Street. How it was several Black Wall Streets that got burnt to the ground. But think about all the if all that didn't happen and all the things was taken away, all the things were stolen, it would probably be a lot less poverty among, our people, the way they ain't even got to worry about taking from somebody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what I feel like. I don't think there's nothing wrong with them, having the jury and the gold and stuff like that. We've been doing that for eons, eons and eons. You know what I mean? But it just so happened in this period of time, we living in the land of the have-nots right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically like dog eat dog. They don't see themselves creating something so they can legitimately make it. So they feel like they want to wear it, they want to be like that, so they want to take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a sad situation. It's a sad cycle, man. But the root of it is all the things that been taken from us anyway. So the taking from us is not stopping. You know what I mean? It's still going on. It's just changed from, you know, now it involved the young black brothers that's taken from the other brothers versus, the KKK or the man or the white man taken from black, whether it be intellectual properties, inventions, or whatever the case may be. So now it then trickled down to our own kind, but we feel like we got to take from each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, I will say that I agree with you that we definitely live in the land of the have-nots. We did come from a place and a time where it was okay to have because, like you said, we've been in stages and periods of time where things were more plentiful for everybody. But me, I'm just in the mindset, and I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit about just the fact that today's time is a good time for rappers to really be out here flossing. And I get what you're saying about why can't we, look our best and have our best, and shining and all that stuff. But you just have to be for me, I think you just have to be mindful of the times that we live in and know that the wolves is out, so that's what my mind is. It's like
Yeah,
knowing
yeah,
that we live in
yeah,
that world.
yeah,
You can go ahead.
yeah. No, you're right. You definitely got to be mindful about the environment and the wolves and everything. And if it was me, I wouldn't have. There's a lot of things that I wouldn't have did if I was, I'm gonna say Duke the Jeweler.
Hmm.
PNB, he was number one. He had chicken and waffle, well, Roscoe's chicken and waffles down in that part of LA where it's not so good at all. Because I used to be down there all the time when I stayed in South Central.
Right.
You know, I know exactly where it's at because it's not too far from the food stamp office. I would have to, I had to go and sign up at, and yeah, it's not a place that he should have been with what he had on, and I don't understand why he wasn't aware of his surroundings or where he was at. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get down there, you clearly see where you at. Like it ain't so desirable, or it ain't gonna be so safe. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what he was thinking about. Maybe he was super hungry that he just had to stop. I don't know, but I wouldn't have with all that what he had on. I definitely wouldn't have went there. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. And that's my thing, is why would he wear that knowing, like, and I'm not sure if he's a dude that's from California, if that's where he lived at and all that. But if
He's
that
from Philadelphia. He's from Germantown, Philadelphia.
oh, okay, okay. So he from the East Coast. So
Yeah,
that
he's from the East Coast.
that's part of it right there. Like when you happen to be displaced like that, like you don't have that opportunity to have grown up with some of these guys and being familiar with all of the ins and outs that come with California, or any place when you move like from your natural surroundings into a newer place. Like it's different. You know what I mean? Either you gonna stay there long enough to get familiar, or you're gonna have to put yourself in a position where you just have to know, like I have to avoid these certain places, and I can't be out at these certain times, and that type of stuff. So
And the funny thing about California also is I've been to Philadelphia also, and I've been to, you know, I've been to the Badlands out there.
right,
Like when you're in California, you might be in a neighborhood and you might not realize you're in a hood because of the palm trees or because of they houses ain't as run down like in Philadelphia neighborhoods and shit like that.
right,
You
right,
know, not unless you go to the projects or some shit like that, or to an old super old neighborhood where people been there for years, it might be a little run down. But if you look at them side by side, one neighborhood to the next, you will swear to God that the neighborhood in California might not be so dangerous, but it be dangerous as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the palm trees fool you.
yeah, yeah. No, I've been out in Philadelphia before. It was like back in the '90s. I used to go out east. I had some people out there that I would go and see out that way. And so yeah, like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, a lot of those areas I would visit, and even New York, you know, and I actually got a crazy New York story, but that's for another time. But
Right.
but yeah, no, those guys out there, because we were Chicago guys that was out there. Like, not only was a lot of those guys looking at us as food, or in some respects, but
That New York's vulnerable.
yeah, I mean, not well.
Well,
If they wasn't familiar with us, they would think that,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, when you out of place anywhere, any neighborhood, they gonna look at you like you vulnerable because you're not from there,
Right.
and they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and because the people who did know of us being out there, because I did have a guy who was out there, and he was like doing some big things on the illegal side, you know.
Right.
Yeah, when we came out there, a lot of those dudes that was of that same ilk as him, they knew that we was out there. They knew that we wasn't vulnerable, so they when we came out there, they would some of those guys would show love, but
But
the ones who wasn't aware of us like that, and we had, some New York dudes who would look at us crazy, some Jersey dudes who tried to come at us crazy, it was some weird stuff, only because they didn't know. And then once they found out what it was, then it was like, all right, so
yeah, because y'all was checked in. That's why.
right, right, so it was
That's what when they say check in. That's the kind of shit they be talking about. Because you might be if you with some people out there who ain't got no power and shit in their land shit, that's not checking in. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's good to have some people with power wherever you go. You feel me?
okay.
That's checking in because they're gonna make sure you straight. You feel me? Make sure that don't nobody else fuck with you. You
Oh
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah, no, and that's how it went down for us. It was we was out there, and a lot of the big ballers and all them type of guys, they actually, like I said, they would show us love when we went out to the clubs and stuff like that. Like, they buy us rounds and rounds of drinks, and everybody, they just called us, everybody in our crew, Chicago. You know what I mean? So
Checked in,
right, right,
shit.
right. So they'll be like, Chicago, come over here and drink with us, or come hang with us over here. So it was cool like that.
Yeah.
But but at the same time, though, like, even though I knew that we was checked in per se, I knew, like, not to be overdoing it. You know what I mean? Like, I still wasn't overstepping. There still was when there was times when I'd be out and I wasn't dressed all, you know what I mean, So
Yeah.
I didn't look like I was trying to be like, man, I'm trying to stun on dude.
Yeah. See, that's another thing. Motherfuckers be like, oh, he think he better than us.
Mhm.
Let's kick his ass. Now you got the jealous motherfuckers,
Yeah,
you know, also, and if they ain't respectable, they gonna disrespect the situation, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. And so when I think about PNB Rock or any other rappers, I think that's the thing that they not thinking about sometimes is when they, especially now in this age with like Instagram and all this stuff, man. I think it's way too much of these guys with the money phones and they always on social media with these large stacks of money.
See, that to me, that's kind of crazy because it's like, why you showing motherfuckers what you got so you can become a target.
Yeah, yeah,
Now you being irresponsible with your own life. You feel me?
yeah, yeah.
So,
But see, that's the thing, though. It's like a lot of the rappers is doing that, though. Like it seems like every time you look up, like I said, in this day and age with social media, it's not hard to pull up your favorite rapper and you see them out and about. You know, sometimes they got security with them and all that stuff. Especially like the bigger names, they're gonna try to keep some heads around them. But it's still one of those things like and even beyond the rappers. I think of the situation. Are you familiar with Steven Jackson, the basketball player or the former basketball player?
yeah, I seen when he went to O Block and shit, and they made
Yeah,
his ass play basketball just for showing up like that or whatever. I don't know the whole situation, but yeah, I heard about that.
yeah, yeah. And so he took and he took it upon himself, to say, on social media that he had checked in with dudes and all this and that, and that's fine and dandy. Even when I think about our situation from back in the days or any time when we was like that, like I always think that you could be checked in and still be touched. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
they can line you up. That's what the line up in the back door is all about. You feel
Right.
me? So you gotta have a plan for a plan. You know what I'm saying? You know, these days right here, you just gotta be super smart and super cautious. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It ain't nothing wrong with being paranoid because your life on the line. It's really like that. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
You can call it what you want to, but you're gonna stay alive though. You feel me?
yeah. No, that's me. That's me, man. Like there was a time in my life where I took some crazy chances, because I was just like that. I actually wanted to throw myself into the mix, just to kind of see what would happen because I was just young and dumb. But as I grew older, I started to realize like taking those chances. When I look back now and some of the stuff that I used to do in the positions I put myself in, I was just like, man, what was I thinking? You know what I mean? And you think about a lot of these young guys who are doing a lot of that same stuff. They just thinking that it's sweet out here and that because, like I said, you could check in, but um, even with Steven Jackson, the reason why I brought him up is like he checked in with O Block, but just if you go just blocks over, they warn with dudes. You know what I mean? Just a couple of blocks away.
So
So just because,
one check in might not be a check in on the other end. Yeah, that
yeah,
shit can.
yeah,
That means whoever you check in with, you know, you pretty much gotta pretty much be in their line of protection.
yeah,
Now, if they can move around the whole city, and got guys all over the city, or they got guns to motherfucking protect you, then shit, that's a whole nother thing. You
right.
know what I'm saying? But if you don't, you better hope and pray to the sun, moon, and the goddamn stars that they be able to protect you 2 blocks over.
Yeah, yeah, no, and there was a video with corporate. and he's a internet celebrity, and he used to rap, and well, he still raps, I think, but not as frequent as
Oh
you know.
yeah, the corporate. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
corporate. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but he had put out a video like let's just say a month ago, a month and some change, however long it was. But he was saying he was talking about the whole checking in thing, and he was saying like that don't, especially in Chicago, like
It don't fly.
it
Yeah,
don't
but
it don't fly, dude.
it
You
don't fly in
ain't no
Chicago.
checking in here.
It
Ain't,
ain't no. Yeah. Only thing in Chicago, you just might want to stay out the hood, stay, where you know, the good north side at, even though the north side got some bad sides
oh
too,
yeah,
but
it's cracking. It's cracking
yeah,
on
you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It said downtown, but as you see, FBG Duck shit, he got hit up in the billionaire neighborhood, so
yeah.
that shit don't even fly sometimes. You feel me?
No, it don't. It don't, man. Like you that, and you have to walk around with that mindset. Like it can happen anywhere. You know what I mean? So like for me, if I'm a celebrity, and I've heard certain celebrities say this type of stuff about how like having your assistants and stuff like that. If you need to like make some type of move, you need to grab something, whether it be food or clothes or whatever. I'm not going out there. You know what I mean? If I have enough money to where I could pay an assistant to do some of these things, or we live in an age where you can have everything delivered to you.
It delivered to you.
You
You feel
know,
me? Exactly. Motherfuckers' movements got to be more strategic, man.
yeah, yeah,
These days and time, especially if you got all this jewelry on and shit, and motherfuckers see you all on the internet with this, that, and the other. Because if they see you on the internet with all this shit, and then say if you go out, you leave your jewelry at the room, and you don't have no jewelry on, but they done seen you on the internet, them motherfuckers they kidnap you and make you motherfucking take you take them where your shit at or whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers they look at it like there's more than one way to skin a cat.
oh yeah, yeah. No, I mean, when you say that last part, especially, I'm gonna just say, that I've seen something like that before, to where, cats thought that they were safe, and that they put themselves, they created a barrier around themselves where, some people that I know, they found a way around it, and still was able to, do what they needed to do to get at this person, um, so yeah, no, it's just it's really one of those things. Like you really have to have your head on the swivel. You have to think smart. You got to
Look,
be strategic, like you said.
and see, it depended on what kind of motherfucker that you facing, cause some motherfuckers will go get cameras with magnets on the motherfuckers and tracking devices and put that shit on your motherfucking car while it's parking, follow you around, and you don't even know it, and they just wait on the right moment. You feel me? At the same, too also. So if you dealing with a smart motherfucker who want to get you and shit, then it's like, man, you can look around all the way, all you want, man, but you still gotta see what can't be seen. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. And no, it's funny when you say that, because Boosie, he was kicking it just recently with a guy who was a jeweler, who was kicking. Yeah.
Yeah, Duke Shooter. That's what I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah, 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 yeah. So that's the situation.
From Chicago.
Yeah, and that was a messed up situation, because they was in a secured area. You would think, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, but they lined him up from the inside. It was the
yeah,
motherfuckers from the inside who lined him up, because ain't no way that should have happened. Especially if they was all together having fun together and gambling with each other and all that, this, that, and the other. And they know who he was. They know he got that bag. They know. Shit, that's all. Why come one of he couldn't get an escort to his shit? You feel me?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm sure they had shooters in there, you know, on Boosie that he the one who threw it.
yeah,
Boosie should have made sure that man got his motherfucking shit with sent two shooters with him, make sure he got that escort, and made sure he made it up out that motherfucking garage. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, it could have easily been a situation because pride is another thing too. And some guys they let's say that Boosie offered up, you know, some escorts for him to get to his truck, and he could have easily said, "No, I'm good,"
No, he wouldn't have did that because he was out there because of Boosie. So he took Boosie word serious.
Yeah, yeah. So that,
So he wouldn't have turned Boosie down if Boosie would have did that. He wouldn't have did that. He would have been like, okay, Boosie. He looked up to Boosie, dog.
yeah. No, that's crazy, man. That's crazy that he got hit like that. And from what I heard, like whoever took him out, they ain't even get the jewelry or nothing. They ain't
No,
even.
that's not true. They did get the jury. They tried to say they didn't, but they got that. They got it shit.
Oh
You know,
wow.
they got it shit. Yeah, that was the whole point. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole motherfucking point. Get the shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
He
No,
had
that's
it. He had
crazy.
that bag on him.
That's crazy that Boot because I could have sworn I heard Boosie
I
say,
ain't saying that Boosie had nothing to do with it. All
yeah,
I'm saying is that Boosie should have sent his ass with two escorts
right,
when he knew that he was going to, leave and shit.
right, right.
He should have volunteered to, hey man, I'm gonna send my guys. Make sure you make it down there and everything. Hit me when you make it up out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
That's how I roll. I make sure motherfuckers call me and make sure they straight after I make sure they straight after they leave my presence. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. No, that's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you're supposed to do it. So it's really sad when you think about it, man. I wish it could be different for these guys out here, for these young rappers, but
I think we got about like 6, 7 more minutes left.
yeah, no, it's actually like 4 minutes and some change.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll have to end this soon, but I'm gonna just end it. Try to conclude this by saying that I just think my personal opinion is like if you for me, I just never been one of those dudes who's been like a real flosser like that and cared about that type of stuff. Even though I've had I've had the clothes and
But
every
you never know what people want, man. You never know. It don't have to be the jury. It could be something that they just don't got, but they want it. You feel me?
right, right.
It don't have to be jury. It don't have to be a $2 million chain. None of that. You know what I'm saying? It could just be something. It could be a hat. Remember, motherfuckers used to get hit. Used to get stuck up with them starter jackets.
Yeah, yeah. No, I remember that.
That was much. Jordan shoes.
Yeah, yeah,
That shit ain't that ain't worth no jail time or worth. You might catch a bullet from a motherfucker because you trying to take somebody's shoes. That ain't worth it. But
right.
some motherfuckers feel it is worth it.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's sad. It's sad, man. I don't know what to say. Um, I don't know what the real solution is out of this situation when you really think about it. Like we in such dire straits. The streets is just
Niggas got to, well, the brothers got to stick together, man, and reroute their thinking, man, and stop coveting. We got to start coveting these Western ways, man. Because it's really not made for us. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
This Western way of thinking and shit, man.
yeah,
Oh, that's savage. That's savage shit, man. We wasn't savages. You know what I'm saying? That's savagery, dog. Shit, that ain't what we about. You feel me?
yeah. No, I get it. I get it. All right, we getting close to that time. So me and C Mack Drift, we gonna come back
Oh yeah.
tomorrow. again with like more of these conversations because this was actually an excellent conversation. Um, I love sitting here and politicking with Mac Drift, so we definitely gonna do this again like real soon. But but yeah, no.
Cash check or credit. Cash check or
Oh yeah,
credit.
yeah. Shout out to my man, Cash Check and Credit. You know, y'all, they seen them on shows with me before, so
Yeah.
you know, people who know, they know. You know,
Guy, boy.
but
Illustrious.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we got like a minute and some change. So I'm gonna end this, but before we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the share button, hit the playlist option. You'll find this particular reaction in the playlist called reaction shows. You know, so you'll see this and anything else that's similar to this type of stuff where we just sitting back and politicking. So you'll find those in that. I do have playlists for music and all that stuff. So check for all that. The Cash App is $ You Made Roscoe. PayPal at You Made Roscoe. If anybody wants to donate, you can donate to one of those. And we're gonna get going, man. C Mac, we gonna have to do this again real soon, man.
Man, we got to, dog.
All right, all right. So until next time, everybody, y'all be safe and y'all be good.